Okay, so we are recording. These meetings are always going to be kind of informal, but I like to just pick like something to talk about that's coming up, and that way our conversation is somewhat guided and not just, hey, how's it going? So tonight I wanted to talk about the Team Cup because that's coming up. Registration ends on the 31st, which is next Tuesday, I think. And then also I am planning to do a coach challenge group starting next Monday for any coach within Hope Dynasty. And it will be a combination of just a regular challenge group. So everyone is doing a program, following the calendar, drinking Shakeology. But then also with that, I'm going to have people really identifying what kind of coach they are versus what kind of coach they want to be. And then having some daily coach challenge things. A lot of it will be, if you're working the business and doing stuff on a regular basis, it won't be much more than you're already doing. But for some of those who say they want to build a business but haven't actually been doing the work, it will just be that accountability of, hey, make a post about this and then take a screenshot and share it and invite 3 people today and that sort of thing. So if you have anyone in your downline who has showed any interest even in just maybe earning their Shakeology for free, you can let them know about this and they're more than welcome. The only requirement is that they be an active coach when we start, and that they're drinking Shakeology and committed to a workout program. So that is also what I'm going to do for, instead of creating a group for whatever my team is for the Team Cup, I'm just going to utilize that challenge group as a way for, like, we'll communicate via a group message board too, probably just like checking in with where we're at and stuff. But I'll use the group kind of as a way to communicate.
So does that mean if we're doing the Team Cup, we need to be in that group then?
You don't have to, but I'm just saying I'm not going to open up a page. You know, in the past, sometimes we've like created a page and it's just one more thing to go check.
Yeah.
So I'm not going to do that. I think with having like starting a group message on Messenger is good enough. And then for those who need the support and the accountability, then they should be in the group, I would say. Like if they want that daily, this is what to do. If you want to hit Success Club this month, do this today, do this tomorrow. But if you're busy and you feel like, I know you've already got that down, then don't worry about it. But it's just a place for those who are interested but don't necessarily know how to accomplish it. A place for them to be. So I was looking up some of the information about the Team Cup. It's always good to refresh my memory as they change, and I didn't know what the prizes were, so I had to go check out the prizes. But so first of all, it's open to register. We can register anytime until next Tuesday night. They have to be teams of 5 people, no more, no less, and there can only be 1 lifetime diamond. So even if you're not currently a diamond rank, if you've been a diamond rank in the past, there can only be 1 of you in each group. You pick a team name. So once we've decided who's going to be on it, you can pick a team name and it can be whatever. It can be silly. It can be serious. It's just kind of a fun thing. And then the way that the points are going to work, for every Success Club point you get, it will equal 1 point for the Team Cup. Rank advancements. If you personally rank advance, you will get 3 points. And if a coach that you personally sponsor, rank advances, you will get 3 points. So for example, Nancy's below me, so she rank advanced to diamond. She would get 3 points and I would also get 3 points. So if we were on the same team, that would be 6 points, which would be really awesome.
And in order for me to get to diamond, somebody on my team would have to advance, so I would get those points too.
Correct. So you'd actually, we'd be getting 9 points between the 2 of us if that happened, which would be pretty awesome. Yeah. So the prizes for this Team Cup, they're always 3 tiers, and they have a requirement for personal for each tier and then also a team requirement for each tier. So the first tier is a Beachbody Bluetooth speaker, and you have to have hit Success Club 5 personally, and then within the 5 members of your team, you have to have 30 points to be able to get that prize. The next tier is a Team Beachbody cooler bag. You personally have to have at least Success Club with 7 points. So that's locked in 5 and then 2 extra points. And your team has to have a total of 50. And then the third tier is the Shakeology sleeveless hoodie. And that requires Success Club 10 personally and then 75 points for your team. I have never been on a team that has hit the 3rd tier. I've hit the 2nd tier, but never the 3rd. So that would be really awesome if we could do that. And then, of course, they have the top 10 teams within all of Beachbody get the Apple TV that has like Beachbody on it. I think it's the thing that you plug in for your TV to be like a smart TV, and then you can play Beachbody through that directly. And then the very top number 1 team out of everybody gets an all expense paid trip to LA. So the flight, your hotel, your food, you get to work out with at least one of the super trainers, and go to Beachbody headquarters and meet people and stuff. So that'd be really, really cool. The last few years though have been Canada.
I know.
I think it's because we only opened up the market there a few years ago, and so it's not as saturated. Not that that's an excuse, but I just think that maybe that plays into it.
Yeah.
Whereas the U.S., we've been, I think it's 9 or 10 years they've had the coach opportunity. And in Canada, they've only been able to do challenge packs there with Shakeology for 2 years now, I think. So it's a little bit less saturated, I guess. So that's all my information about Team Cup. And I know, Nancy, you said you wanted to be on one. Katie, do you know if you want to be a part of one?
I'm willing if somebody needs, another person.
Okay. Gretchen and I cannot be on the same team because she is a lifetime diamond. So I'm hoping that she'll be able to lead another team. My goal is to get 3, and looking at our team, that might be a little hard because I think we do have a lot of discount coaches within our 50 coaches we have, but I definitely would like to at least see 2. And I think between Gretchen and I will be able to get 10 people. That's my goal anyway. Now, my more realistic goal. So yeah, I guess once we decide teams, I'll put another thread on our team page, and maybe I'll ask Gretchen if she wants to lead one. Then we can discuss names and kind of goals, get an idea of what everybody is going to try to work for.
Okay.
So I definitely think everyone should be a part of it, even if they've never hit Success Club before. If they want to build a business, here's an opportunity to really push for it and build momentum. I know in my business, when I participated, I've always grown. I hit the highest Success Club I've ever gotten in 1 month during a Team Cup. That's because there's added incentive and knowing that you're a part of the team and you don't want to drag anybody else down. And I don't know. It's helpful. So the other kind of cool thing is I feel like they pick months that he looks completely dead to the world.
Yes.
The other thing is I feel like Beachbody picks months that can be a little bit tougher. So that is helpful, working together instead of just working on your own to try to hit Success Club, but being a part of a group to work on it. January, a lot of people, I think actually December is better than January because December people are committing to January New Year's resolutions. January, sometimes you have those stragglers, but come February, a lot of people are stuck in the winter blues, and they probably have already quit their gym, but they don't want to invest more money right now. And so it can be harder, but that doesn't mean that it's not possible. So I'm excited about it. And I want, a Bluetooth speaker and a cooler. I could use a cooler. I only have a little cooler here, so a cooler would be good because it's like a big bag. So yeah, that's all the information about that. Did either of you have anything to bring up? Any questions or thoughts or about this or anything else?
Well, with regards to your challenge group, I have to update you because, Danny, I know you know that I've been trying to light a fire under my coaches. And Katie, I tried this thing where I was trying to do subtle training in my group page, and that went absolutely nowhere. So my second sneaky tactic was I created a separate challenge group just for coaches. And in doing that, it did two things. First of all, it made it exclusive. You know, you couldn't get into this unless you were a coach. So it encouraged people to become coaches. But then I also told them that in this group, there are not going to be any daily call to actions. Instead, it will be up to all of us to encourage each other and keep each other motivated, because we all know, you know, we've been doing this long enough. We know how to do this. And I told them that I would also be posting information that is of relevance to coaches. And that information has been training. So they're getting training whether they signed up for it or not. I only have one person right now who is interested in earning money. And I just put her into your training, Danny.
Okay, the self-paced one?
Yeah. But, you know, maybe she'd like to join your group. I don't know, your challenge group. I don't know.
Yeah, definitely let her know about it. I think sometimes, you know, hearing about some other people's goals, being able to identify with someone that, oh, their goals are the same as mine, maybe we should sort of chat and see where each other are at type of thing is helpful. Mm-hmm. I'm working on, I'd like to go back to hosting a monthly coach training, because, I mean, the self-led one, it works for some people. People who are motivated go through it and they do get results. But I think you have a lot of people who aren't motivated enough and or they're all on their own and they miss that kind of community that we've all come to know and love because we've been a part of it long enough that we know all these other coaches and have a relationship with them. But when you're first starting, you get put into something that you're sort of by yourself on. You're not building those relationships that you're like, you know what, even if I'm not doing great as a coach, I'm going to keep pressing forward because it's working for her and her and her. And we started at the same time and look what she's doing now and stuff. So my goal is to host a monthly one. I did put it on the calendar that I shared in our group. This month, I didn't have anyone to add to it. And I think I put too much on my plate all at once. So I'm working on like catching up and getting all this. I think I'm going to ask Laura if she can add me to her 15-day one, because I like that it's short. So I'd like to kind of get an idea of what she's sharing for coaches to be successful in a 15-day training. So yeah, I'm just like reevaluating. I'll be honest, I've been like on and off this year. I have big dreams and big goals. I have a 3-year, a 5-year, a 10-year, and a 15-year plan, which I read every day to myself to remind me why I work. And then some days I don't do any work. I just read it and I'm like, yeah, I'm going to get there. And then I don't do any of the follow through. And then you have days to like today that I feel like I'm on top of the world because I kicked butt, not just in my business, but I made a ton of food and having meals prepped. So I'm not eating junk is so much better. So I am slowly working towards being more consistent in my own business. And I listened to, have either of you listened to Bonnie's call from National Wake Up last week?
Yes.
Yeah. I think I'm going to listen to that one at least 1 to 2 more times because I don't know, for me, it was definitely inspiring and it reminded me that it's so much more than selling products. And I know that, but I feel like sometimes I'm afraid people don't know what I do. And so I need to tell them, like they need to, this is what I'm drinking, this is what I'm doing, versus just literally like living it out and inspiring people that way. But also doing what I want them to do. And that goes for coaching too, you know, doing what I expect all of you to do. If you want to be successful,
yeah,
what you have to do. And I need to be doing that too. And I need to be doing it one step further so that I can continue to lead. And I don't always stick to that. I fail at that at times. I make excuses. I'm like, oh, this is good enough. Or I let things get me down. And I think that's why community is so important. Having these team calls, having, Moxie, being a part of all of them, because you see other people have failures too and how they were able to overcome them. And you're not the only one that missed Success Club this month or didn't add any coaches or had a coach quit or whatever. So, yep. So yeah, that was one of my problems. I had a coach get done. I knew the beginning of January, I think, that she was going to be. She was behind on her coach fees because her credit card had changed and she'd forgotten to ever switch it. And so when I followed up with her on that, she just decided at this time she's not able to drink Shakeology because she built up some sort of like allergy type thing to it. I don't know what it is, but it was causing migraines or adding to her migraines. So that dropped Jake down to just a coach instead of an Emerald, and I had been making money off of him being an Emerald. So then I was in a scramble of who can I put there? And it got let go for a week, which means I lost anything that he had built up on the rolling over on the strong leg. But like, you know what? It doesn't matter. Like in the long run, it'll work itself out and it's not going to be a big deal. So instead of focusing on what I've lost and being mad, I just need to find someone to replace. And thankfully there was a girl here. So she's my first coach here and she's just a discount coach. But her and her husband had been buying Shakeology for 3 months now. So I messaged her and I was like, are you planning to continue this? Because if so, I have a way that you could save money, especially because they're military. So they will get the coach fee waived. And she's like, thank you so much. That will save us money. And I really love it. So she is replacing that spot. And so he'll be back to Emerald once I get her personal volume transferred over. But, and that's one of those hard decisions. Like sometimes I think of by adding a discount coach, you're losing the Shakeology.
The commission.
Yeah, the commission from that, which is typically higher than what you'll get as a coach. I mean, 90 PV every month for the commission for volume points is close to getting, $14, $16, or $18, but not quite. But yeah, I guess just sometimes you have to evaluate too, like what's best for that customer. I can present it to her, and if she's not interested, I'm not going to push it. Like I'm still making the commission. But if she wants to save money, she's more likely to stick with it longer because she can afford it. And who knows, she may decide I'd like to be a coach someday. So I haven't been pushing for discount coaches lately, but if people are consistently buying it for like 3 or more months, I do mention to them the discount opportunity and then just let them do what they want with it.
Yeah, I've been doing that with my customers that are on HD. I tell them about the discount, and part of it obviously is to encourage them to stay on it longer. And then I also think that there's when other customers are seeing people become coaches, they think maybe I should do that too. So there's that kind of snowball effect that I think helps too.
Yeah.
So,
and you never know. I mean, this lady named Nancy, she joined my team as a discount coach and then, built a business. So you never know who that Nancy's going to be.
I know. Who is this person?
I don't know. Yeah. No, it's funny though. And then you have people join who are like, I am ready to change the world and my future and da-da-da-da-da, and they never sell one thing.
Yep, I have one of those.
I've had several of those, and I've just learned that's their choice. Like I've given them this amazing opportunity, and if they choose not to do anything with it, oh well, move on, find the next person, find someone who wants it.
Yeah.
I'm learning more and more about not dragging people along, but running with those who want it.
Yeah.
So. I think I'm going to stop recording because I don't know anyone that's going to listen to all of this. So thank you for people that actually listen to this, and you should comment on this video about how you actually watched it too when I'm hitting stop recording.